You talked about how DevOps teams need to start thinking outside the box of their application performance monitoring tools. Can you talk about what you mean by this?
Sure. Yeah, sure, Steve. Thanks for taking the time talking with me about that. I think actually there was just a great story that was released. Slack has done the post-action review of the. Effectively, what happened was that Slack had about an hour of downtime at the beginning of the year. As people came back to work on January 4th, their service was down. And Slack has a whole set of monitoring tools that can, look on everything and see their servers and their health. But what actually happened was that AWS didn't scale at that point their networking. So basically what was happening, they had packet drops going into their servers. And they saw that because their monitoring tools were focusing on the servers showed CPU going down. So they thought that they didn't really need so many. So they allowed themselves to reduce the amount of servers. And because they didn't have any visibility at that point to the packets and the network load that was being generated, basically the service started oscillating and they were losing service and caused a whole hour of downtime of service. So the fact that I think that's basically demonstrates it. If you only focus on monitoring the applications you write and the servers you operate, and you're assuming that networks are a commodity and they're always there and always work, you're missing one of the three legs of your of monitoring and understanding and having a really good observability to what's going on, which is what the network is doing, what your applications are doing, and what the servers are doing. And you really have to have a complete view of things. You cannot assume that one of them is always working, because in real life, it's not.
So there's been, there's a lot of hype around AI, and we're just talking about some of the things. Let's dive a little deeper. What are some of the real world applications for AIOps networking?
Right. Yeah, I think in the context of AIOps, I tend to divide it into three segments. One is about being smart, using machine learning, using the technology that that AI gives you, artificial intelligence provides you with planning. I would say deploying your services in a more intelligent way. So that's more, I think you will see in the industry terms like intent-based networking, where you say, okay, I need to launch a new application, and there is a whole set of automations that have to happen and increase in different places, and you use the intent and you take advantage of intelligence and AI to make sure that you provision the new service at the right way. So that's kind of one category. Second category is planning ahead. So you kind of look on the trends of your users, and you decide how you can, when and how. And the third one, which is really where cPacket is, well, we certainly do a lot on the second, but the third one is around incident response. So something is happening and you need to respond quickly. You need to quickly understand and root cause the issue. So you really quickly have to be able to answer what happened, when it happened, why it happened, where it happened, and then initiate a remediation. So this whole area of incident response is where you really have to be able to have high quality data. So essentially observability to what's going on. And as I said before, it has to be both networking and applications and servers. And apply AI machine learning that will shorten the time to understand what happened and be able to answer all these 4 questions for you. So again, basically 3 domains: provisioning new services, trend analysis and forecasting growth. Again, it can be short time or long time, and incident response that usually has to happen really, really fast, right? And we have customers today that every second of their service down, they count as $60,000 loss, right? So it's really, this is where you really are talking about seconds of response time versus, the second category that can take a few months.